Mike in Taiwan here, and I want to talk about my foreign situation in Taiwan. I mean, not necessarily just for me, but like a lot of people. So I met like some foreigners, they come and go. Probably the people that I met here maybe 9 or 10 years ago, they're probably all gone. And I think that Taiwan was kind of just a stopover for them. At the same time, I think that there's a lot of things that you can do here if you want to stick around for a long time. I think that if you're going to be coming here around your late 30s, maybe 40s or something, you might actually decide that, you know what, this is where I want to be for the next 20 years. So I had another teacher that I used to work with. She's not a foreigner, she's from Taiwan, but she quit and she's going to be leaving on Friday. And I think this kind of it's weird about the place where I'm working at. I mean, it's a cram school. And it's kind of a little bit of a revolving door policy because people are just like, they come and they go and they're just kind of focused on their own things. And maybe it's because they think that there's going to be another job and, you know, they don't want to use their time to have regret later. And I can see where they're coming from, because when I was in my 20s, I probably would have done exactly the same thing. I mean, I think it's a little bit luckier now because you have the luxury of that you could just go ahead and work online if you wanted to. And now, I mean, people are doing that, and you don't necessarily have to just teach English, because that was probably a couple of years ago. Yeah, when I just came here, that was kind of like the thing to do, is to teach English online. Now it's a little bit different. Obviously, there's a lot of things you have to take into consideration when you're teaching English, like who is the population that's learning from you. You know, if you're a teacher who's Filipino, they probably will reduce the rate a little bit. And I mean, I think that's really unfair, because there's a lot of teachers from Southeast Asia, from Africa, from a lot of places where they speak English as a second language, but their English is very good anyway. And you know, why reduce the rate so much? But I mean, it is what it is. A lot of people, they want to like learn American English, they want to learn British English. And as long as you have those kind of tools in your back pocket, then you might never have to really worry about having a job. So I think that, you know, English teaching is great, but it's good that in Taiwan, it's kind of flexible. I have seen some people pivot to do other types of jobs, and that's good for them. Maybe even like cooking or something like that. And if you're really good at language, then maybe you could be like a broadcaster or on TV or something. So I saw this on like some social media thing. Some guy, he was saying that he's like from Southeast Asia, and he makes about 45,000 new Taiwan dollars. I don't know how much that is in other currency, but you can go ahead and look that up. And you know, he basically works a lot. And he was complaining a little bit because he spends 9,000 on rent, so that's like, you know, 1/4 of his income. But he's not able to save as much as he probably could, and maybe he's asking for some advice. I don't know necessarily if I'm the type of person to give him advice, because I mean, I have lived cheaply while I was in Taiwan. Not right now, but when I got here, my rent was probably 5,000 or 6,000, but it's because it was subsidized by the school that I was working at. And you know, I think I was making like 50,000 Taiwan dollars, or a little bit more, in a month. And but at the same time, I was like working like 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's pretty crazy. I've never in my life had that point where I was like working at the same place for like 10 hours when I was teaching English, until I came to Taiwan. And it's kind of weird about how the English teaching, like the hours, it's like they're almost like Japanese in a way, where they're just staying at some place, and then are they actually really working? I don't know. You know, there's kind of a funny saying around online where people are saying like, well, you know, look busy or get busy, you know, because the boss is watching or whatever. And it's exactly what your boss doesn't want, right? You to pretend like you're like looking busy. Maybe it's good for his ego, but maybe it's not. Why would you just want to have like some workers that are just basically doing nothing, and you're paying them for doing nothing? I don't know. I probably would have a talk with them later if I realized that they're just basically doing nothing. But some of the bosses, they don't really care. They just want to have like a good image of their company, that like their workers are doing something really productive when they're really doing nothing. So I think that, you know, being an English teacher is really good, because in the morning you have, you know, it's everything, basically it's free. You know, you can do whatever you want in the morning. But I mean, it's really up to you, because you could probably wake up and like do something, walk around the block, maybe go have your breakfast, and then probably go back to sleep. That's exactly what I don't want to do. I want to be a little bit more productive. Or probably after this, I'm going to be doing maybe some exercise, hopefully. But that's kind of like the schedule, the way that are, especially in the cram schools, right? And you have a cram school like over in Korea. That's the way I used to do. I used to work, right? I would work in the morning and do my things over there. I can like vaguely remember, working for maybe 4 or 5 hours in the morning, then coming home and then having a nap, and then going back to work again for the afternoon classes. At that point, I was working in like and it's an island off the coast of South Korea called Jeju-do. I think my life was, for my all intents and purposes, it was perfect at that moment. I had my class. They'd pay me this big wad of money. It was funny. They only had like $10 bills back when I was working there, and they hand you like this big brick of money that you're supposed to deposit into your bank account by yourself. And I thought that was really strange, but I had like some martial arts classes that I would just go ahead and do. That was like really not really that far away from my house, probably like maybe a 10-minute walk or something. How did I get in and out of there? I don't even remember. I don't remember like my last ride when I was leaving from the house and then going to the airport. I don't even remember what the airport looks like, but I do remember that it was right beside the ocean, so I was able to go to the ocean whenever I wanted to. I remember one time some crazy dudes, they launched like was kind of like a volleyball, but it was like sometimes Koreans and Thai people will play volleyball with their legs, so they kicked it into the ocean, and the guy jumped into the ocean to go get his ball, and he was like, oh my god, it's so cold, but he used the F word. So that's like, I think that's probably the best and the worst thing about living on an island, is that you're like right beside the ocean. I'd like to say that it controls the temperature, but you're going to have a lot of wind. So if there's islands outside of Taiwan where you have the same thing, where you just have a lot of wind passing over, and I don't really like wind, because obviously it's really cold. And what I've noticed right now is that the weather is kind of really fickle. But I can't really complain too much. I do have a roof over my head. I do have food to eat. I got a little bit of money in my pocket. So if you want to come over to Taiwan and have like basically a simple life, then I think that was probably my biggest suggestion to you, is just go get a ticket and fly over. You might be lucky to be a Canadian, American, Australian. I think you get maybe a 6-month tourist visa, so you could at least just see what's up, play around, and hopefully it's something that could be good for you. I really recommend my lifestyle over here. Could it be better? Probably. Could it be more interesting? Yeah, but at least it's home. So guys, I hope that you got something out of what I was talking about today. This is Mike here, and I'm signing off for now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.